All right, we ready? I think we're ready. We're going to use a playlist from the summer. Okay, let's start seated. And find your breath. Drop into your breath meditation. Sitting up tall. Feeling into the way the tilt of your pelvis affects the sensation of openness at the bottom of the breath. And let's try to breathe right away. Let's try to start breathing down into the low belly. See if you can bring that breath also into the low back. And what does it mean to bring the breath there? Well, it's a feeling, and it can be a feeling, literally a feeling of pressure, right? Like pneumatic pressure, like you're pressuring the breath down and into these spaces. Or you might not get that first thing to start here. Things might need to wake up a little bit more before we can drop into something that's a little bit subtle like that. It's worth trying. And at the top of your inhale, see if you can hold the breath open and keep that pressure, that openness of the low belly and low back in place. Maybe for 3 or 4 heartbeats, a few seconds. Find some luxury in your breathing. Notice where the breath wants to go. So we focus down low, but now let's give the breath a little bit of room to do its own thing. Where does the breath want to go? Does it want to go up your back to that mid-back kidney area? Does it want to go up into the high heart space in the front? Okay, we're going to start to move. So let's do a little band warming of the wrists. We're gonna go from here into down dog and then start our sun salutations. So get your wrists warm enough because we're going to be moving and we're going to be placing some load on the wrists. Change directions a little bit. Flex some. Stretch the fingers wide. A little bit of total arm twists here. Not exactly teacups, but you get the idea. Okay. Let's take the hands to the mat for tabletop. Hands directly beneath the shoulders, knees directly beneath the hips. Curl the toes under, press the hips back, feel the stretch in the bottoms of the feet, and then bring the weight up into your fingertips. Just what's that like to press down into your fingertips? Then bring your fingers down to the mat and press into the roots of your fingers and your palms. And let's lift the hips up into down dog. And walk your dog. We're not super warm right now, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of movement or openness in the shoulders or even in the tail, but at least let's get a little bit of calf stretch involved here. And then go ahead and walk the feet forward to the hands, come into a forward fold. And walk your forward fold a little bit. If you find that this feels good, you can drop deeper into the stretch, hinging at the hips. If you find that it's a little too much, you can just support yourself, sustain yourself here with a little bit more of a horizontal back. Okay. Let's bend the knees generously. Come into proto chair, see if you can. We're not going to stay here for very long, but just see if you can get your thighs parallel with the ground. Weight in the heels, hips over the heels, spine over the thighs. We're going to stand, straightening the legs. The spine unfolds from the bottom to the top. Okay, we found our way up to standing, so that's a good sign. Shake your legs out a little bit. Now let's find our Tadasana. Big toes together, big toes touching. Outsides of the feet parallel with the long edge of the mat. So that's already a slight inward turn. You'll feel that perhaps in the knees and in the thighs. Pada Bandha. Lift the toes, spread them wide, and then grab the mat with the toes, the roots of the toes, the outsides of the feet, and the heels. So that outer perimeter is grabbing down. Feel your inner arches rise. Feel your ankles activate. Feel the muscles on the outsides of the shins. Okay, rotate the thighs in slightly. Feel the weight drop into the outside of the heels. Feel the activation of the outer hips. Still got that Pada Bandha engaged, still grabbing the floor. Let's add the counter to this internal rotation. We're going to drop the tailbone down, engage the glutes, and press the hips forward. So internal at the thighs, external at the hips. Mula Bandha, the muscles of the pelvic floor, from the tailbone to the pubic bone. We're going to squeeze them in and up into the body. So you're squeezing the pelvic floor in and up. Now you're going to have to refresh that Mula Bandha because it tends to fade away after a while. So just every once in a while, bring your awareness back to your Mula Bandha and get that squeeze going. Now we're going to flatten the low back. Navel comes in towards the spine a little bit. Lengthen through the core. Shoulders up, back, and down, palms forward. Engage the entire back of the arm, including the forearm, the back of the wrist, the back of the hand, all the way down to the fingertips. Okay? We don't want to, if you pinched your shoulder blades together, that's too much. Go ahead and reset your shoulders so that it feels good and open in the back body as well as the front body. Now we're going to take length in the back of the neck. Take the chin up, back, slightly down. So everything should be engaged. Make sure you got your Pada Bandha engaged, your Mula Bandha engaged, your glutes are doing external rotation, your thighs are internal. You got energy down the back of your forearm through your wrists. You got your navel to your spine. The chin is drawn back because when we take the chin up, back, and down, it leaves us in a place where the chin and the back of the neck are realigned. Feel some energy there. What's it like to breathe deep in this fully energized Tadasana? Keep all this energy in the body as we inhale, arms up. Feel the elegance of the turn of the wrists as you press your palms away. Exhale down. Feel the turn of the wrists, palms forward, inhale up. Strong fingers. Big finger extension here. Feel the turn of the wrists, press, exhale, palms away. Feel the turn, palms forward, inhale up. Feel the turn, press, exhale, palms away. And you're pressing down, press down. Don't let gravity take your arms down, you press down. Feel the turn, palms forward, inhale up. Feel the turn, press, exhale, palms away. Feel the turn, palms forward, inhale up. Palms facing each other for your exhale. Inhale, reach back. So now your head and shoulders are slightly behind your hips. That's going to create load in the small of the back. Tuck your tail under. Protect the low back. Feel firm in the low belly. Exhale here. Inhale, lift the chest. Everything rises. Exhale here. Straighten the arms, long through the shoulders. Inhale. Lift the chest towards the sky. Exhale. So these are long inhales. We want to keep drawing the breath in, keep filling in. In. Keep drawing the breath in. Exhale. Last one. In. Lift the heart space. See if you can feel a stretch that comes into the back body just by lifting your heart space up. Length in the back. Palms forward, flat back. Hinge at the hips, so lever yourself down. Forward fold. Take a few breaths here. Relax, soften into your fold. Head is heavy, neck is long. Feel the traction in your neck just from the weight of your head pulling down. Shoulders, shoulder blades, all soft. Take the breath, start the breath at the solar plexus. It's hard to give you guys the cue here. And then bring the breath into the back body at the level of the kidneys. Just like when we started drawing the breath down into the belly and tried to find a sensation of pressure. Let's see if we can do the same thing here. Pressurizing, using the power of the breath to stretch the inner container of the breath. Pressing the breath into the back body at the base of the ribs in the back. Maybe you're also feeling a stretch here in your sacrum. That's good too. If you're feeling like you have to brace your low back, bend your knees so your belly can rest on your thighs. That might be a big bend for some of us. It might be a lot. That's okay. If your belly is supporting, if your thighs are supporting your belly, then your belly is supporting your low back, and you can relax your low back. Or at least you have a chance. Let the breath be important here, right? The key here is to breathe into the space in the back body. All right, we're going to come back here a little bit later. Let's walk the feet back to plank. Now, what does that plank feel like? How can you make a straight line from ankle to shoulder, right? Somewhere in here, right? There's the possibility that you're up here, you're pressing your back towards the sky. That's not wrong. See if you can extend the upper chest and drop the chest into the shoulders just a little bit, if that's where you were. Slight tuck of the tail, right? We don't want to sag the belly. We don't want to compress the low back. So slight tuck of the tail to flatten the low back. And see if you can feel some power, some energy in the low abs here. This band that sort of corresponds with your hip crease and goes below your navel. So it's almost like a little, actually, if you add the Mula Bandha, you're likely to find a way to squeeze those low abs. Okay, external rotation of the upper arms. That means the elbow creases peak forwards. Try to keep the elbows in as you come down for your chaturanga. Press the weight forward into the palms. Try to keep the elbows in as you come up for upward dog. If you need to rest If you need to relax a little bit, you can drop your knees to the ground, but try to press down enough so that your shoulders are out of your ears. If you want a little bit more, you can engage the glutes and lift the thighs. Now let's tuck the chin and go into downward dog. Press your chest towards your toes. Lift your tail. Maybe you're a little looser here, a little warmer. Take a few deep breaths here. Remember here in down dog, we've got two cues that are the somatic cues, right? The sensation generating cues. If you press your chest towards your toes, you're going to feel the stretching and opening in the upper back and in the shoulders. And if you lift your tail, you're going to activate the hamstrings, glutes, and low back. The protection cues are to externally rotate the upper arms, to tuck the shoulder joint in place, and to squeeze the hands towards the midline so that you don't load the outside of the wrist. Okay, so press the chest towards the toes, lift the tail to get the feeling. Externally rotate the upper arm and squeeze the hands in to protect the joints. All right, let's take the right leg straight up, three-legged dog. Feel into your three-legged dog here. Bend the knee. Hug the thigh to the chest. And if you can, with zero momentum, place the foot forward between your hands. Now, if you didn't get it there with zero momentum, move it there now. It's fine. Rock back and forth. Press, stretch into that back heel. Hug your thigh. Feel the power in your front leg. Arms out to the sides. Hinging up from the hips, press down into the front leg. You're a drawbridge. Ratcheting up. Bend the back knee. Bring the pelvis to vertical. Okay, so we've got that verticality from knee through into the hip. So it's almost like we've got two bent joints, and we're suspending the weight over those bent joints. Let's make circles with the hips, find our wobble here. Identify the stabilizers that need to be strengthened. And just do it, feel it, go slowly enough so that you're carving through even the terrain that feels weak, wobbly, and vulnerable. It'll get stronger. The best way to get it to get stronger is to make it do some work. Okay, let's come back to neutral. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, reach back, way back. Feel the stretch from the mid-thigh through the hip into the belly. Palms together. Exhale, twist towards the bent knee. Inhale, lengthen through the back heel. Exhale, soften your belly, deepen your twist. Look up. Mind your balance here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one special. Inhale. Lift the elbow. Hold the twist if you can. Unwind the twist with zero momentum. That's part balance, part strength. Inhale, reach back, a balance move. Mind your balance as the weight comes into the back foot. Exhale, zero momentum, hands to the mat. Back to plank. Nice clean plank, straight line from ankle to shoulder. Long through the upper chest, slight tuck of the tail, engage the Mula Bandha. Breathe. Ooh, I got a little sway belly pet plank going there. We'll fix that. Okay, external rotation of the upper arms, chaturanga. Elbows stay in as you come down. Elbows stay in as you bring the weight forward into the palms and come into upward dog. Press down. Take the shoulders out of the ears. Draw the chest forward. Feel the belly stretch here. Knees on the mat or not. Still breathe into your belly. Breathe as low into your belly as you can. And as deep as you can. One more inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, lift the hips, downward dog. Press your chest towards your toes. Down dog is a posture of repose. So you can find some ease here. Recharge with the breath. External rotation of the upper arms to protect the shoulder joint. Lift the tail, press the chest towards the toes, squeeze the hands towards the middle. All right, left leg straight up. Bend the knee. Hug the knee to the chest. See if you can bring the foot forward between the hands with zero momentum. If you didn't get it all the way there, so bring it there now. Rock back and forth. Find grounding in your back heel. Feel a little stretch in the back calf. Hug your thigh. Feel the power in your front leg. Now hinge up from the hips, drawbridge style. Feel that power. Bend the back knee, bring the pelvis to earth. All right, let's find our wobble. Make circles with your hips. Find the scary parts. Find the weak parts. Explore them. Make sure you change directions. Retracing elements that feel weak. Could be your ankles. It could be your hips. It could be your knees. There's all kinds of sensations here where you might feel instability. And you just need to visit them because they will get stronger. All right, let's come back to neutral. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop in. Inhale, reach back, way back. Feel that stretch from the mid-thigh through the hip into the belly. Palms together. Exhale, twist towards the bent knee, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen through your back heel. Exhale, soften your belly, deepen your twist. Mind your balance as you work through here. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, last one special. Inhale. If you can, lift the elbow, hold the twist. Exhale, unwind with zero momentum. Inhale, reach back, way back, mind your balance. Exhale, zero momentum. Hands to the mat, back to plank. Long through the upper chest, slight tuck of the tail, soft thighs. Firm low belly, breathe. External rotation of the upper arms, chaturanga. Upward dog, elbows stay in. Take a few breaths here in up dog, breathing into your belly, stretching the front body. Tuck the chin, lift the hips, downward dog. Press your chest towards your toes. Lift your tail. All right, let's take the knees to the mat. Then come to a seat. Take a breath. I'm going to take a sip of tea here. Okay, we're going to do a little functional realignment with the shoulders and the upper back and the neck. Okay? So, probably now even more than before, most of us are spending a lot of time like this. So these muscles in the back of the neck get atrophied, and they get sort of soggy stretched, like wet noodle stretched, and they don't have the firmness to hold the head in proper alignment. So we're going to see if we can fix that a little bit. So go ahead and roll your shoulders a little bit. Take the arms out to the sides. Turn the palms up. Reach back. Now the tendency is that as you reach back, the head leans forward. We're going to undo that. Draw the chin in. Give yourself a triple chin. Pull that chin back. The focus, the emphasis on the sensation here is along the top of the shoulders. That's the base of the triangle, and then down in between the shoulder blades. So this triangle right here is what I want you to focus your energy on, your awareness on, your sensation on, your somatic awareness on that triangle. Draw the chin in to accentuate the feeling. I take a take a big inhale and roll everything down. Twist through the fingers, the palms, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulder, and the back. Tuck the chin a little. This is a deep twist through the arms, torsioning the arms, so really make that twist happen and feel the ramifications of that. Feel the sensation of this twist from the pinky, from the end of all your fingertips, all the way up through all the muscles, all the fascia in your arms, into your shoulders and into your back. Take a nice deep breath into that triangle at the base of your neck. And unwind. Exhale, come all the way back up. Reach the arms back. Palms up. Draw the chin back. Triple chin. Build some heat back here. Build some heat in this triangle. See if you can cycle your shoulder blades up, back, and down, and tuck them in even more. And draw the chin back another notch. Big inhale. Exhale, twist it, roll it over. Fingertips, fingers, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, back, and chin. Roll it tight. Breathe. Fill the back body with the breath here. Stretch the arms out towards the sides of the room, creating a little space between your shoulder blades behind your heart. With the chin tucked towards the throat, see if you can breathe into the base of the neck. You're going to take a deep inhale. It's going to take some power to breathe into the base of your neck. All right, one more big inhale. Exhale, unwind, unroll the whole thing, come all the way back up. Chin in, shoulders back. See if you can flatten those shoulder blades against the back ribs. Draw the chin back a notch further. Keep on reaching back with the hands. What's it like to breathe deep here? Where can the breath go? All right, one more big inhale. In. In. Exhale, twist it and roll it down. Breathe into your back body. See if you can breathe into that triangle. One more big inhale here. In. In. Exhale, unwind. Come all the way back up. Gently now this time. Gently. Soft elbows. Take the hands to the knees, palms up. Now just check. See if it doesn't feel good to draw your chin back in a little bit. See if it feels like more like that's the alignment that's natural. See if you can feel the weight of your head dropping down your spine right into your sits bones. And if it doesn't feel like if it doesn't feel like that, what can you do to make it feel like that? Draw your chin back, maybe a little bit of movement side to side, a little change in the angle of the pelvis. Not that we need to stay here, I just want you to feel it. So feel the weight of the head dropping right down the spine into the sits bones. Sometimes you have to flatten the small of the back a little bit, so you have to take the top of the pelvis back to touch. All right, excellent. Go ahead and relax and shake the shoulders out, shake the wrists out a little bit. All right, let's take the hands to the mat, come to tabletop. Press yourself up into downward dog. Take your right leg up. Bring the foot forward between the hands. And we're going to just come into pyramid. Okay, so we're going to straighten the front leg to the extent that we can, hinging over the front knee. Now, you might not be able to be so hinged as far over as I am. If you can get down here, offer your head down towards your knee, that's great. Otherwise, maybe you're up here, maybe you have some blocks underneath your hands. Maybe your knees bend a little bit, but the goal is to try to create some stretch here. Now we're gonna drop briefly. We're not gonna do the full 6 variable stretch, but we're gonna drop briefly down in there because it just feels good. Go ahead and bend the back knee. Take one breath, pressing the hips forward into this hip flexor stretch. And then straighten the front knee. Bring the hips back. Hinge over the front knee. Feel the stretch in the top of the foot. Lift the toes, point the toes towards your nose. Maybe you adjust the back knee, depending on how loose you feel. And go ahead and play with your foot here. So dorsiflexion of the foot, take your foot off the gas, turn the ankle in, add a little twist here. Okay, so as you twist towards that extended leg, and you take your hands across, you get to decide how deep a twist you want to apply here. And you get to still play with this foot. So maybe you decide that you're going to rotate the thigh toward the midline. Feel into the stretch on the outside of the leg. Maybe you sink a little bit, right? Or tuck your chin. See how that affects the breath and the back. If you breathe deep, you're going to get a breath in. You're going to get a stretch in the side ribs, especially if you're in the twist. But we're going to come back to the back ribs in a minute. So just enjoy the leg stretch here. Okay, go ahead and unwind. And bend the front knee. Curl the back toes under. Raise the back knee. Take the leg back to downward dog. We'll just go right to down dog. And press your chest towards your toes. Lift your tail. Squeeze the hands towards the midline. Unload the outer wrist. And now let's take the left leg straight up. Bend the knee. Bring the foot forward between the hands. Straighten the front leg for pyramid. So, when we do pyramid, the legs look like the pyramid, but also the arms can participate in that too. They can be the other 2 corners of the pyramid. It's not perfect, but I guess it would be perfect if if your shoulders were attached to your hips. Then then it would be a real pyramid. Feel into that stretch. All right, bend the front knee. Bring the back knee down to the mat. One breath. Press the hips forward into this hip flexor stretch. Should feel pretty good. And then straighten the front leg, draw the hips back. Keep the foot on the floor, feel the stretch in the top of the foot. Maybe you walk your back knee back a little. And then point your toes towards your nose. Hinge over the front knee, feel that stretch in the underside of the leg. You can also feel it in the IT band. As soon as you start turning that ankle in and rotating the thigh, you're going to activate the IT band on the outside of the leg. And you can twist, you take your hands across the extended leg and decide how deep of a twist you want to feel here. If you're in a deep twist, you're going to feel stretch through the side belly, side ribs, and the side of the back. And if you're drawing this right arm down towards the floor, the stretch can come all the way up into the shoulder blade as well. So you got to breathe deep for that. All right, a couple more breaths here. And playing around with your foot, playing around with the turn of the thigh, the depth of your twist. All right, one more inhale. And unwind your twist. Bend the front knee. Curl the back toes under. Raise the back knee. Now, from here, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So just rotate, twist, and have your toes pointed forward, maybe even pointed a little bit in, your heels a little bit out, and allow yourself to sink. Now, with the knees slightly bent or the legs straight, see if you can let yourself dangle from your hips, from your sacrum. Breathe into your back body. Now, the art here is to take the breath, let the breath originate in the front body. Perhaps it originates in the solar plexus or the belly, right? Maybe it starts about here, but then you want to draw it right up into the back and expand it both up and down. Now you can facilitate this by careful adjustment of the tuck of your chin. Too much of a tuck and you'll sort of cut off the breath, the breathing path, right? It won't feel so open. But just a little kind of tiny measured tuck of the chin can open up the back body. The other thing that you can do here is to draw the elbows down towards the ground, right? So as if you're reaching down with your elbows. That helps open up the space between the shoulder blades and helps open up the muscles around the kidneys. Breathe deep into your back body. All right, now we're going to go a little further here. Take your hands to the mat and bring your feet in for downward dog. And now we're going to stretch here in down dog. So this might be a little challenging for some of us, but let's give it a try. So you're going to place the weight into your right hand. You're going to bend your left knee, and you're going to take your left hand to the outside of the right knee, the outside of the right calf, or down by the ankle, and feel this twist through the torso. And again, a deep breath here is, you're probably going to start in the front body, but draw it immediately into the back body and fill the back body. stretch through the ribs on the back ribs on the left side here. A couple more breaths here. This can be challenging on the one shoulder, the one arm that's holding the body up. So take some deep breaths here. Get the most out of it that you can. And then release the hand, come back to down dog. Take a load off of that hand that was just supporting all the weight. Roll the shoulder out a little bit. And then come back to down dog and walk your dog a little bit. And now we're going to switch sides. So go ahead and bring the weight into the left hand. Drop the right shoulder down. Bend the right knee. Take the right hand to the outside of the knee, outside of the ankle, outside of the calf of the left foot. You can twist and look all the way up underneath the left armpit, or you can sort of keep your gaze down and away. Breathe into your back. See if you can fill up the back body with the breath. Couple more inhales here. All right, last one. Big inhale. And exhale, unwind. Back to downward dog. Walk your dog a little bit. And now walk your feet forward. Come into a forward fold. And walk your forward fold a little. You can let your head be heavy, your neck be long. You can try to lift your tail here. You know, a slight energetic lift in the tail is probably going to rotate the top of the thigh bones outwards in the back. And you can facilitate that happening by turning the heels out just a touch. It's going to give your SI joint an opportunity to have a little bit more stretch. The muscles, the connective tissue through here. Let that open up a little bit. A little tail lift. All right. Hands to the mat. Bring the knees to the mat. And come to a seat. All right, soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Now, see if you can lean into your resistance in such a way that your top of your pelvis tilts forward. That might mean that you start your Baddha Konasana back here. Doesn't matter, right? If the top of the pelvis is tilted forward, that's going to create the sensations that we're looking for. And your feet can be out further than mine, whatever, wherever they feel comfortable. And find yourself at the front edge of your resistance. We don't have to bully our way in very, very far. The resistance arises pretty quickly here. Keep lifting your tail. Top of the pelvis tilts forward. See if you can soften into your resistance. Muscles in the back, keeping them warm. We're going to stretch them next. But let's get those muscles warm. Draw the chin in. Excuse me. Draw the chin in a little bit. Keep all the muscles up and down the back firm. Let them heat up. while you're softening into these inner thighs. Back. Draw the chin in. Feel those muscles. Hands in front of the ankles, use the arms to press the body up, use the hands to draw the knees in. We're going to do Janu Sirsasana, so one leg forward, one leg still bent. This is pretty straightforward. We're just going to allow the head to drop towards the knee. Now you're going to feel all those muscles that we were keeping firm now have the opportunity to soften. If you reach out for your foot, and this knee can be bent or straight. If you feel super flexible, you can have your leg straight and bring your head all the way down to your knee. If you're not super flexible this morning, leave the knee bent. See if you can get your belly in contact with your thigh. Use this opportunity to create a little stretch in the calf, pointing the toes towards the nose, maybe pulling the toes towards the nose gently, because you're going to feel that stretch in the fascia on the bottom of your foot too. Right? It's everything's connected. No need to bully yourself in your stretch here. In fact, better if you don't. Better if you just find the front edge and melt your way in. Walk your hands towards your hips. Press your body back up. Grab this knee, bring it up. Cross it over. Cross the ankle over the knee. Wrap your right arm around your left knee. Take your left arm up, back, and down. Come into a nice seated twist here. Is that clear what we're doing? The only thing I want to invite you to focus a little bit extra on is this top of the pelvis, tilting the top of the pelvis forward. Keeping the chest open as opposed to sagging backwards here. Get the front body open just a touch. Nice deep inhale. One more big inhale. Exhale, unwind gracefully. And now we're going to switch sides. We're going to drop right down into that Janu Sirsasana on the other side. So extend your left leg forward, bend your right knee, and drop it in. And again, go ahead and it's called head to knee pose. So let your head drift down towards your knee. Whatever happens in your back, let it happen. There's lots of different ways that we can approach this posture, but for today we're trying to open up the back body. So anything that feels like it's stretching your back, maybe you tuck the chin a bit, maybe you hinge a little bit more, maybe you bend the knee some more, whatever's going to work. Use the breath to open up your back. Bring the breath into your back body. Let the breath pressurize and expand the back body. With as much or as little exertion as you personally like, right? There's no agenda here other than to feel great. Couple more breaths. All right. Hands by the adjacent to the thigh, press the body up. Use the hand to draw the knee in. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Wrap the left arm around the right knee. Now, pay attention to your pelvis here, right? The opportunity is in this lifting, sweeping the arm open, that you lift the chest, draw the top of the pelvis forward, and find yourself in your seated twist. Breathe deep. Couple more deep breaths here. Chest open. Not right now, honey. Sorry. All right, one more big inhale. Exhale, unwind your twist. Use your hand to move your leg. And let's roll down onto our backs. Okay. Draw the knees in. Rock from side to side. Massage your hips, pelvis, and sacrum. And find your happy baby. Pull down on your feet. Draw your knees along your side ribs, side belly. Feel the stretch that comes from pulling down on your feet, just for a moment. Can you soften into that stretch? And then take your legs long on the mat for Savasana. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Ankles and thighs soft and relaxed. Slight tuck of the chin to create length in the back of the neck. Press your shoulder blades flat into the mat, palms up. Turn your practice over to gravity. Feel the weight of your body. Softening from the top down. Relax your brow, your eyelids and eyes, cheeks and chin. Let your jaw soften. All the structures of your face softening, melting, surrendering to gravity. Feel that. Relax down the back of your neck, the top of your shoulders, your shoulder blades, the space behind your heart sinking down. Feel your collarbones and chest also sinking down. Relax, surrender, and melt. Soft through the ribs, front and back, down through the kidney space, through the belly, down the low spine, the low back, the deep core, surrendering and softening. Pelvis, sacrum, glutes, low belly, perineum, thighs, Just drop it all down. Surrender it down. Knees, calves, and feet melt. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the sensation of the breath coming into your body. Feel the coolness running down the front aspect of your spine, through the back of your throat, down past your heart space, through your belly, all the way down to your root. The cool breeze through a narrow tunnel. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Flex your wrists and ankles. Take your arms up overhead. Reach. Make a big reach. Big breath in. Make fists. Squeeze your fists. Bend the fists in. Stretch the back of your wrists and forearms. Feel that stretch. Engage triceps and shoulders with a gentle squeeze. Chest and back with a squeeze. Belly, squeeze. Hips, glutes, and thighs, squeeze. Calves and feet, squeeze. Reach, big inhale. Exhale, release. Roll onto your left side this morning or today. Your left side. Draw your knees up into a gentle fetal position for just a breath or two. And when you're ready, using your arms, keep your belly soft. Press down with your right hand and your left. Use your arms to walk yourself up to a comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice. Okay, ready? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more. Inhales, arms up. Activate the fingers, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last one, keep drawing the breath in even after you're full. Arms up. Reach back, lift the chest, open the side ribs, in. In. Exhale, hands to the heart. And for this beautiful spring day, in this magnificent part of the world, in such interesting times with such dear company, and for this precious practice, I am truly grateful. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I'm going to come and unmute folks and